morning and welcome back to the narrowboat restoration. Today is going to be a little bit different because instead of using power tools or putting walls up, things like this, I'm going to be installing a security camera system. So big thank you to Reolink for sponsoring today's video. I'm going to be installing the Reolink Go Ultra, which is a 4K 4G battery camera, because whether or not it's likely, I'm not sure, but when the boat is back on the towpath, anyone can really get access to it, anyone could vandalise it, so I think it's best to have some kind of camera system set up, that way the boat's always protected. I always remember seeing a vlog from Laura of May Moon, she has a narrowboat vlog as well, and she went away for a week or so, came back, and her boat was no longer moored where she'd put it, and eventually when she did find it, it had been vandalised, the windows were smashed I think, and that story lives rent-free in my head. So if a security camera can prevent something like that from happening, or at least help catch people who are doing horrible things like that if they do happen, then I'm all for it. Before we dive into the installation process, let's talk a little bit about Reolink. Reolink are a leading company in the security tech industry, and they provide eco-friendly solutions, security solutions, for homes, whether indoors or outdoors, or whether it's boats, vans, you're on-grid or you're off-grid. You can use their cameras with or without Wi-Fi. I've gone for the without Wi-Fi option because at the moment the boat is not done and it doesn't have Wi-Fi yet, so I've gone for the no Wi-Fi option. And they are always improving and updating their cameras, everything from improving the motion detection to the high definition of the cameras themselves. So the Reolink Go Ultra is one of their best security cameras. It has 4K 8 megapixel resolution, horizontal 105 degree field of view, and it can detect movement from people, vehicles, or even animals. So we can have peace of mind knowing that at all times the boat is always going to be, you know, monitored and safe. It also has high quality night vision, which is a feature I really like, because I think that if anyone is worried about sleeping in their van at night or their boat at night or whatever it may be, then that's just a nice feature to give you peace of mind and just ease your anxiety, I think, when you go to sleep at night, if you are someone who lives in a van or a boat, or you just want to feel safe in your own home at night. What I quite like about these cameras is that you can buy a small solar panel like the one that I've got here, and that way the camera system is not dependent on the any kind of external power, or if you're on a boat or a van or something, it's not dependent on your electric system, which works for me because there are electrics but they aren't working yet and we don't have a solar system yet, so this is really handy for me. So time to open up the solar panel. Oh, it's such a cute little size. I actually thought it was gonna be quite a bit bigger than this, which I didn't want because the roof has limited space on it, but I'm really happy with this size. It's kind of like the size of an iPad, maybe a little bit smaller, and it's really thin too. And there's the cable. And then it comes with this stand for it to go on, as well as a cable, something to strap it down with, and then it's also got its screws and this little metal thing, which I'm not quite sure what that is yet, but I'll figure it out. So when triggered, let's say by a stranger who climbs on board your boat in the middle of the night, if the cameras are triggered, it sends an alert to your phone, and then all you have to do is tap on the alert, and then you can have a two-way conversation with that person because there is a inbuilt microphone and speaker in the camera. I already mentioned you can use it on Wi-Fi or not Wi-Fi. I've gone for the 4G route. Am I American? Let me start that again. You don't need Wi-Fi to operate it because you can use it on 3G or a 4G mobile network. All you need is a nano SIM and a mobile data plan, and it works with loads of different carriers in loads of different countries. So if you're here in the UK like me, it'll work with EE, T-Mobile, O2, Vodafone, and lots more. And if you're in a different country, you can just go to their website and you can look up the country that you're in, and it will give you a list of all of the mobile network carriers that you can purchase that SIM and that mobile data plan from. I am prepared. I have my pay-as-you-go prepaid SIM, and I've got my 128 gigabyte micro SD. So I'm gonna stick those in the camera, stick those in the, my brain today is just. So I'm gonna stick these in the security camera and then we will get going. SIM card's in, so in goes the SD card and then the battery. So in order for me to hook up the security camera to my phone so that I can see the live footage from my phone, all I have to do is download the Reolink app, which I've done, and then scan the QR code on the camera itself. So I'll do that now. And then it adds the device to your phone basically. So I've just finished hooking up the camera to the app on my phone, and now you can see on my phone that is the footage from my security camera. Obviously it's not very good because the protection, screen protection is still on the camera itself, but it's good to know that I can just log in at any time securely from my phone and I can view the footage live if I want to. This boat is moving so much. I feel like I just felt a boat go past really quick. I feel a little bit like, ooh. So I wondered how well this camera would do in the rain, because here in the UK we do tend to get quite a lot of rain, but it does say that the Reolink Go Ultra is designed to stay in good working order even in bad weather conditions. It's weatherproof, it can operate in humidity and operate from temperatures as low as -10 degrees Celsius and as high as 55 degrees. Really happy with this camera. I'm feeling some kind of sense of peace of mind about being on the towpath again at some point, hopefully this summer, who knows. Yeah, it's made me feel a little bit more safe, which I think is really important. The older that I get, the more I realise that my sense of safety is really important, and anyone's sense of safety is incredibly important. You should feel safe in your own home. And I got to a point with this boat where I was DIYing, working really hard, we both were, and I started to think, do I feel safe? Will I feel safe? I feel safe now with where it's at because it's in a pretty secure location, but will I feel safe on the towpath? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I think maybe watching too much of the news or seeing too many news stories on TikTok had made me go down that path in my mind, but I do feel a bit more at peace now that we have this, and I'm really just excited to do the final install now. I figured out where it's going to go and everything, so I'm super excited. And I know that this last feature I'm going to mention has got nothing to do with the real purpose of security cameras, I guess, but it does come with a time-lapse feature, which I didn't realise until like an hour ago. But it comes with a time-lapse feature, which means that instead of me like getting a GoPro or something when we're out and about on the waterways, if I want to record just time-lapse footage of us cruising, I can use the security camera instead, and it's in 4K, so that's perfect. So I'm thinking of all kinds of ways that I can use this. I could use it when going across the Salty Aqueduct. I don't know quite how you say that. I will master it one day. We can use it to do a little time lapse when we go across there, or if we are ever moored up somewhere where there is a killer sunset, then we can use this camera to do that time lapse. And unlike my camera, I can leave that one out in all kinds of weathers, hot or cold or rain or dry. So yeah, that's the last feature I'm gonna talk about. I think that's just really ended this project, this install, quite nicely for me, that little bonus feature. Overall, I think that the Reolink Go Ultra is a really great addition to anyone's security system, whether it's indoors, outdoors, whether you're off-grid or on the grid. Head to the link in my description to check out Reolink's smart security cameras.